Facebook page up so that I can make sure that I'm on. Today we'll be talking about trusting your feelings. I was in here cleaning the house and I was like, it came across my mind and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live and talk about that. Today's Sunday. I need to go live anyway. Let me go live and talk about how to trust your own feelings and what it really means to trust yourself and to trust your feelings. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is because I think many times people confuse what it really means to trust their feelings. They have a tendency to ignore all of their feelings, or they'll say that someone else made them feel a certain way. When the truth is, part of you learning how to trust your feelings is you really understanding that your feelings are yours. Like trusting your feelings is that your feelings are yours. Now, I'm not getting into, psychic abilities, mediumships, empaths tapping into other people's emotions and stuff like that. I'm talking about when you feel triggered by something, when somebody says something and you feel triggered by it. You're the one that's feeling triggered. It's your feeling. It's your emotion. The way you responded to it, it's yours. And so you have to trust that too. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But of course, before a commercial break, before we actually get started on this, I wanted to make sure that y'all knew that the 3-day, the virtual event, because people keep asking me, where is this event at? It's virtual. It's going to be on Zoom, even though it should be, well, it will be in person, okay? But for right now, it's a 3-day virtual event on Zoom for the Traveling Speakers Blueprint. So for 3 days, I'll be talking to the people who are interested in learning how to speak, teach, and travel for a living, or to somewhat duplicate what I've done since 2018, okay? From 2018 even up till now, I have been traveling and speaking and teaching about metaphysics, law of attraction, girl power, women power, divine feminine energy, metaphysics, how you create your reality, all of that stuff for the past 5 years. So I'm going to give you the blueprint for how I did that and how I got paid to do that and how I actually sustained myself and how I got other people to sponsor my trips. So if that's something that you want to do, I'm getting ready to do the 3-day event. Again, the 3-day Traveling Speakers event. I'm doing that from Tuesday to Thursday. For those 3 days, it's only $18.88. So if that's something that you think that you want to do and you kind of like, well, yeah, let me just see what does it really all involve. I mean, I know it looks like, oh, you just, selling tickets online and you getting on a plane and you're going to these different places, but we know that there has to be, how do you build up your audience, right? Stuff like that. How do you get sponsorships? How do you network and talk to other people? How do you what is your actual blueprint or the structure of your business to be able to generate enough money to take care of yourself every month consistently? As a solo entrepreneur, trust me, it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is doable. You just have to be consistent, okay? So I want you to go to my bio. If that's something that you want to do, speak, teach, and travel, I want you to go to my bio and go ahead on and sign up for that. Okay, we're doing it from Tuesday to Thursday. Yes, replays will be sent out if you happen to be at work during that time. However, the replay will expire that Sunday night. I'm not going to give you forever to catch up and watch them, okay? So that's first of all. Second of all, if you are like, well, Kamisha, I want to speak, I want to do public speaking, I want to go live more, I want to build up my social media audience more, but I'm afraid of speaking, I got something for you too, because I realized that so many people had this fear of speaking. I was like, okay, I'm going to create something for them as well. I'm relaunching my Patreon, and in there, I'm going to be doing public speaking coaching, okay? That is to prepare you for the mentorship program, just being perfectly transparent. So you'll be getting coaching from me once a month. And of course, you'll be getting personal development stuff every month. And you're going to get posts in there, videos, all of that stuff. It's going to be different tiers. So if you want to get over your fear of public speaking, once again, you can go to my bio and there's going to be a button up there that says, you know, fear of public speaking. What did I call it? I'm calling it pep talk. Okay. What did that mean? Personal empowerment, something. I forgot what it meant. But anyway, let me check and see who's on here, and I'll actually put the link in the comments. I'll put the link in the chat for both things, okay? So that y'all don't miss it, because I don't know, to be honest, I don't know when is the next time I'm going to do this. I did it for 3 months in a row, and I don't know when the next time I'm going to do this. Also, because I'm also coming off of Facebook. Let me say that too. Before I get into, I'm going to get there. Just please be patient with me for a minute. Before I get into trusting yourself and trusting your feelings, I'm letting y'all know right now, and I don't always do this, make an announcement and I'm about to get off. Like usually I just disappear for a few months. I mean, not a few months, for a few weeks. But when I say I'm getting off, I mean, I'm going completely black. Like I'm going to deactivate all of my pages. So you will not see me. The only people that will see me and talk to me is in my Patreon group. So, you know, if you love my content that much, then you should probably go ahead on and at least get on the waiting list. Okay, so I'm going to put the link down here in the chat for if you want to come to the 3-day Traveling Speakers Blueprint. That starts on Tuesday. Okay, there's the link for that. And if you want to get on the waiting list for being coached on public speaking, basically, it's going to be a lot of other stuff in between there, but that's the top tier. Okay, the top tier is going to be getting coached on public speaking. You'll be learning metaphysics and word magic and all of that other stuff too. But if public speaking is your thing and you know that you want to get over this fear of speaking, then you want to get on the wait list. All right. So I'll put both links there. Let's go. And I'm checking the chat. I don't see anybody saying anything, so I'm just going to go ahead on and jump into this. So trusting your feelings and trusting yourself. Here's the thing. In order for you to really trust yourself, that will require you to believe in yourself. When people talk about trusting themselves and trusting their feelings and stuff like that, that will require you to believe in yourself. And for you to believe in yourself, that will require for you to do what you say you're going to do, just like you don't trust an external person if they say they're going to do something and they don't do it. Right? So a lot of people, they have a hard time trusting in their own decisions because really deep down inside, even though they might not even realize it because they haven't done the deep shadow work, but deep down inside, they might be afraid that they're not going to really follow all the way through. And so they don't even trust their own decision making. This is why you really don't trust yourself, because you don't even do what you say you're going to do. That's the big picture of it, right? Like I even know when it comes to like mentorship programs, and just because I'm selling a high ticket mentorship program, well, what some people will call high ticket anyway. I think a lot of people don't do it, not because they don't have the money to invest in themselves. It's because they're afraid that they're not going to do it. Like deep down inside, they're afraid that they're not going to do it. So they don't trust in themselves. They're not willing to bet on themselves. And that's really how you gain trust within yourself, right? So, but that's on a big scale. Let's talk about on a smaller scale. Trusting your feelings. Let's talk about how do you trust your feelings on a small scale. When I'm saying trusting your feelings, I'm talking about trusting all of your feelings, not just, oh, it feel like somebody trying to get over on me, or, you know, you only trusting when you feel something that somebody trying to harm you in some type of way. Okay, how about when you get triggered by something? Do you trust that feeling? Do you trust that feeling is trying to tell you something about yourself, not the other person? Sure, the other person could be dead wrong or whatever they did to trigger you. But the truth is that it happened so that it could bring up a feeling in you so that you could face your own internal chaos. or whatever issues you got going on inside of you. That's when you really get into the meat of trusting your feelings. This ain't just about trusting when somebody talking to, or trusting that somebody's trying to get over on you, or your gut feeling or something like that. Like, I find that very interesting, how a lot of people will talk about like trusting their gut instincts, but when they get triggered by something, they don't trust that that was really their own trigger. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You don't trust that the irritation that you feel in your soul about whatever just happened or whatever somebody just said to you, you don't trust that that is your own soul talking to you. You think it's the other person. You think it's something that they did. No. They are just a manifestation of what you already are going through internally. And I feel like a lot of y'all already know this, but I feel like people know stuff all the time and they don't apply it. So that's why we keep talking about it. That's why it comes to like transformation of your mind and personal development. You have to keep revisiting these things, even though you might claim that you know it and you understand it. Sometimes you have to hear it from a different perspective. Sometimes you have to hear it from a different person. Sometimes you have to hear it broken down a little bit different. So with that being said, let's break it down a little bit different than probably anything you ever heard in your life before. Okay, because I'm getting ready to go into the word magic of the word trust. Before I do that, let me check the chat. See if anybody's on here. Okay, no, don't, hold on. Let me check Facebook and let me see, am I even on there? Am I live? Okay, yeah. Oh my God, I forgot to change. I hate when I do that. I forgot to change the words on the title. I'll change it later. Okay. So anyway, what does trust mean, right? The etymology, well, let me not even talk about the etymology of trust. First of all, the word trust has the word true on the front of it, right? So that means that trust really got to do with you having confidence that something is true. So when we get to talking about trusting in your own feelings, we're talking about you trusting that what you're feeling is true. What you are feeling is true. That means that the trigger that you're feeling, the irritation that you're feeling, that's true for you, right? So let's just start there, because most of the time we project onto other people and say that it's them. And it could be both of y'all, but what that got to do with you? Because you can't control them, right? You can't control how somebody else see you or how somebody else view you or whatever. You can't control none of that. You can't control their feelings. You can only control you. I forgot to bring my water up here. Oh God, my throat is so dry. Okay, so the other thing about the word trust is that it has the word truce on the front of it. So trusting in your feelings really can be interpreted as calling a truce with your feelings. Like literally making you, not making you, but going through a process of transformation where you are helping you agreeing with yourself somewhere so that you won't have that irritation, that feeling that you're having, the trigger that you're having, so that you won't have that, right? That's what it really means to trust, is to have a truce with yourself. Have a truce with yourself. Agree with yourself. This is why the Bible talks about agree with thy adversary quickly. Yes, agree with yourself, because the only reason why you're even having this internal chaos and this internal argument and this trigger that you're having inside of yourself is because you don't believe yourself. Agree with thy adversary quickly, or you don't agree with yourself. I have another video on my YouTube channel called, it's called something like The Only Argument That We Ever Had. The only argument that we ever have is with our own I am. You are never, ever arguing with another person. I know it looks like it. I know it feels like it. I know this 3D simulation gives you that impression, but you are never, ever, ever, ever arguing with another person. You are always arguing with yourself about your I am. It's manifest in the form of you arguing with another person. Am I frozen? It looks like I'm frozen. It looks like I'm frozen. Oh no. Okay, not on Facebook. I guess I'm not frozen. Where's y'all at? I don't see nobody on here. That's okay. I'm gonna keep talking though. Okay, I was looking at my Facebook Live to see like what is going on. Because to me, it looked like I'm frozen. All right, let me just keep talking. Okay, so the last thing about the word trust is that when we think about trust, we are, think about it from a legal perspective, right? Because that's what a trust is. Now, I don't know how many times it says it. It's probably over 100 times. It tells us to trust in the Lord. But the Lord is the Lord, L-U-R-E-D, as in the law of attraction. Okay, as in the law of you manifesting things. That means that you are supposed to trust that the things that you are attracting to you and the things that you are manifesting, that don't mean trust it like, trust that it's for your, well, it is for your good. Going. It is all for your good. Trust that everything is happening for your good. Trust in the Lord, meaning that trust that the things that you are calling to you and attracting to you are really representing an aspect of you, and they are there to help you learn how to really love you and trust you and believe in you. It can show up in the most ugliest form. It can, but it's only happening so that you will learn to trust you in the long run, so that you will learn to trust in the law of the Lord, the law of attraction and manifestation, and all of that stuff. I am so nervous that like I am completely frozen. So I think I'm going to hang up here. I think I'm going to get off here because even on Facebook, it looks like I'm frozen. I think I said everything I wanted to say anyway. Besides that, I don't see anybody on here. So y'all will come on here and watch this later. Yeah, so I completed my mission for my Sunday live. Let me hang up. Next time I'm doing this downstairs. Maybe it's doing that because of the computer being slow. Okay.